Hello, y'all.
Woo!
Welcome to Pop Nerdom.
Yes. Back to our regularly
Schedule programming. Yes, thank you.
program.
Sorry we missed you for the last couple of weeks, but YouTube kept taking our video down.
Yes.
We talked good about a show, and they didn't like that. But it's not YouTube's fault. It's that the show didn't like that we talk good about him. I might have gotten my hands on some footage that I shouldn't be showing, possibly.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying I did. I'm saying I could have, maybe. And they didn't like that. They said, nope. So for the last time, I know it's 6 weeks behind.
6 weeks.
But before I edit this episode, I might try to put up the episode, the last episode, without the shots.
The one from 6
See
weeks ago.
if that works. Welcome to Pop Nerdom, where...
Put a little comic strips.
yeah, where Hanzy and I sit down and talk nerd shit that we
Yes.
like and enjoy, and you do too. That's why you come back to us. I hope that's the truth. I be your boy Six,
Your boy Hanz.
and we be ready, steady. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we've been reviewing
The boys.
The Boys, but they don't like it.
They don't
so,
like it, so we're just gonna...
So let's just round it up and talk about the whole series in a little bit of
Spajazz.
The Boys. Yeah, The Boys kind of rapid fire. Give me your overall.
Yo, that shit caught me off guard.
Really? Oh, by the way, big ass spoilers.
Big spoilers. I did not think that his wife was going to be alive in that form.
Right.
I thought she was alive, yes.
Yeah,
Not
you did.
in... Yeah. I didn't think she was dead.
Okay. Okay.
Not in that form at all. I didn't...
Well, I gotta say, having again, I hate doing this 100 times. I'm gonna say just once this time. Having read the comics, I was expecting something else. I was kind of seeing that they were driving towards the wife might have been, or the kid was alive, until Homelander was talking to him. He's like, "Oh, you mad because your wife is dead?" And then I was like, "She's alive." And then when she showed up, it was still like, oh shit. With the kid, even though they give you like all the signs, like the kid survived, that she survived, I thought he was gonna find the kid. That's it. But when he found the wife too, I was like, holy shit. In the comics, if I remember correctly, Butcher's wife got raped by Homelander and she died. He killed her when he raped her. And that's what drove him the whole time. I'm so glad that this was the ending of season 1, because I have no fucking idea where they're going. I have zero idea where they're going.
But you like it.
I love it. Because like I told you, when you're doing a show based on anything, based on a cartoon, based on a comic book, based on a novel, like in the case of Game of Thrones, you saw that they were doing really good choices about grasping what parts of the novel to move forward, but the truth is that they kept the essence of what those books are until they ran out of books. Then they were story driven, and that's where they lost, because they weren't book driven, they weren't character driven, they weren't story driven. They were story driven, they weren't character driven. The books are character driven. So when the show became story driven, it lost its flavor because it became a regular TV show. And then you lost all of the magic that was because you loved those characters and what they would do. And you're kind of wondering how are they going to react to this and that, and they just made them react like a plot-driven show. So like, the plot is more important than anything else. That's what ended being season 8, right? Like, these are the things that need to happen. Let's make them happen. We move on with our day.
Push it, yeah.
Right. So in this case, they've already out of the book to some degree, because now Butcher has to be different. There's stills from season 2 already out, looking at Butcher and how he's around, so he's dealing with some of the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited. I really like how they're handling the Deep too. How the Deep is losing, like, shave his hair off, and he's going crazy because he couldn't handle
Rejection.
but I don't think it's rejection from the public.
Exactly.
He can't handle being rejected by the Seven either. You know, like, he's just like, he lost all of his shit, all of his marbles. And what I think is that the Deep is gonna be the first super villain that they're gonna have to deal with. Because remember, well, not the first, but like the true supervillain.
A real one, not created
by themselves, right? By being like, hey, let's see. I also have to say, I love the show, but in the comics, the guys inject themselves with like a watered down version of the formula that makes the superheroes. As adults, they water it down, they inject themselves, and the point is, you can't really fuck with those guys unless you can handle those guys. You know what I mean? So it's curious to me that they didn't do it in the show. But now that guy did it for that guy that explodes, that terrorist, I wonder how long it's gonna take until the boys take it too, and see where they go with that. Even though the female also has it, so yeah, I mean they should all catch up to that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm thinking they're gonna like take her blood, something. Frenchie's gonna do some shit and give them all semi power. Not maybe the power to fly or anything, but to have some strength they can handle these bad guys. You know? At
least to be able to get hold the ass whooping.
Yeah, man. I mean, at least even out somehow, you know, because something has to give. I really enjoy that I don't know where it's at. I really enjoy that I don't know where it's going. I really enjoy that for me, it's a new experience, even though I know the story. You know what I mean? And I've said this to you before. I realized that I only read like chapters that I really like, so I kept looking for like mini sections of like, ooh, this is when he visits like the X-Force kind of team, and ooh, this is the orgasm storyline. Like I really want to read that, you know, something like that. But the hero gasm, not orgasm. But shut up. But I really like that it's good, man. I really like that like I said, it's satisfying to me, and I'm a fan. So I'll be the biggest guy that
the big judge.
Sorry, yeah. Right, the biggest judge, because I feel like I'm the one that has the more edgy more towards disappointment if they do it wrong. I wish they did more Alan Moore shit like that, because V for Vendetta is so like the problem with movies like V for Vendetta, Watchmen, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, From Hell, is that they don't capture the essence of what Alan Moore is doing, because Alan Moore is really hard to capture because he's a master of comic book writing. All of what he does really works only in
the book,
only in paper, because even the way
that realm, that media,
right? Because even the way that the panels are distributed really say something about what you're watching. Like, so like it's also, you get so submerged into everything that's happening within the book that it doesn't necessarily translate too well to television, you know. Although apparently Swamp Thing is really based kind of like in his run, and they did a really good job, except they kind of killed it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they killed it because they're killing the app.
You say that, but you know, I just saw a commercial for Harley Quinn.
It's me, dickhead.
That is on the DC app.
But that, yeah.
I mean, I feel like what's happening is I mean, I don't know. They probably being like, if we're gonna move this, we gotta cut cost. So maybe cut cost mean like, we don't know how this series is gonna do, so fucking kill it before it even, you know, kill it at birth, so that we don't have to worry about it later.
Cartoons is cheaper to make.
I don't know if that's true, but probably. There's a lot of big talent in that cartoon. When you see like the trailer that came out, it has like all this talent talking. That dude, there's like big stars voicing the characters. So I don't know if it's cheap. It's probably cheaper to collect all those people and just pay them for the voice. It's probably cheaper than paying them to act in something, you know. I don't know, but I really think that if you capture good essence, like I've been saying, it's good. And Harley Quinn looks like they captured the essence. They just make it, they pump it up to a little bit like a rated R kind of thing. Looks good. It looks fantastic.
What is it gonna? What's?
It's just her breaking out of the shadows of the Joker and being like, I'm becoming the queen of crime in Gotham City. And it's her and Poison Ivy hanging out, fucking bringing havoc. But when you see the commercial, it's like, she's like, it's Harley Quinn, dickhead. So like, you know, like they really, they're really. I think they're really pointing that at fans of Batman the Animated Series that are now grown-up adults that really want that to get a little bit higher, because Batman the Animated Series was really PG-13 at the beginning, and then it sunk to PG, and now they're like, all right, so now you can watch rated R. You're good. Like, you're an adult. You'll be all right. You're paying for this app.
Exactly.
You're good. So The Boys, to close that off, fantastic, dude.
Did you think he was gonna melt her face?
No, dude. Yes. I didn't know how he was gonna kill her.
I knew he was gonna kill her. I didn't think that.
I thought he was gonna punch her right through or something. Or maybe, I mean, you didn't know because he's so fucking unpredictable that I kind of felt like he might have let her live. I'm thinking while it's all happening, like he might let her live so he can manipulate her into doing something for himself. But instead, he's just like burning her fucking face off. I was just like, holy shit.
And one more thing, where do you think they take Butcher's storyline from here? Because it's like, damn, like, just put yourself in Butcher's position. Like, do you still want revenge against the Soups? Because
maybe he gets a little bit more pure about his cause. It's not personal, now it's general. Like, these motherfuckers need to be kept in check, and I'm gonna keep them in check because they're just getting away. The way he killed, maybe Butcher at this point doesn't care so much that his wife is alive. Maybe in his head he'll be okay to be like, she's dead to me, so I'm gonna still fight forward. You know what I mean? Probably, I don't know because I'm not a writer, but I figured that's the way you could probably go with that, where he's like, will you show him being a little bit unhinged too, being like, no, she's still dead to me, and you killed her because you got her pregnant and you put her in this place, so fuck that. I'm definitely gonna kill you. I can
definitely see that.
Yeah. We'll see, man. But I like I said, I don't know where it's. I honestly, I don't know where. I don't know. I honestly, I have no clues. I have no idea. I have no clues. I have no idea. I'm legitimately in it right now. Even though the show's completely different in season 1, you can kind of follow, like, all right, it's going down the same path. But at this point, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't know how that shit is gonna go. But I like it.
Me too.
I like it a lot.
Enjoying it. I
enjoy the shit out of it.
Good shit, Amazon. Good shit, Amazon.
Amazon, in this fight of the apps, is really trying to put its foot down somehow. You know what I mean? And we all know that they're in danger, so they're really. But that's not. I mean, they're not really probably in danger. I think Netflix is really the one that's gonna go by the wayside, and Amazon's gonna pick up a lot of the shit that they letting go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think.
I feel like Amazon is literally just playing the sniper. It's a vulture, and it's just gonna wait until the bodies are there and just gonna pick this.
Yeah, let me buy you real quick.
Pick this,
yeah, let me buy you real quick. There's no more Netflix. You buy Netflix, you subscribe to Amazon, you're good. And Amazon doesn't need the app to what, because you need to get Amazon Prime to get the video anyways, right? So they're good. But I think if they can get people to come over through the video channel by buying Netflix, they're probably gonna do all right. They're probably gonna do all right. I was watching this whole thing about when the Lord of the Rings show is gonna take place in the timeline. And it's the second age. They've already said that, but the second age is everything leading up to, remember the prologue on Lord of the Rings when they cut Sauron's hand and the ring falls off?
Yeah.
So it's everything leading up to that war. Everything leading up to that war. And I was watching this whole video on IGN, which is really good, about explaining that and letting you know. Me in my head, I'm going like, ooh, that's gonna be season 1. It's gonna be this portion, season 2. So they can probably get a good 4 or 5 seasons
before they get to that.
Yeah,
end.
right. And they could probably do like a 6-7 season series, which I doubt because it looks like it's gonna be massively expensive. But if they can do it right, they probably have the next Game of Thrones in their hands for all of us that got really disappointed with Game of Thrones, and like the next. But everything is coming out so late.
Yeah.
So by the time that comes out and the Game of Thrones prequels comes out, nobody's gonna give a shit about fantasy no more. You know what I'm saying?
It might switch. It might switch.
It might be westerns. from here to then, man, you know? Because now the superhero thing is reaching all of the edges of when the comic book world started dropping off, right? So now you're reaching the boys. You're reaching Marvel bringing out, like now the thing is like losing steam to some degree. I don't know that that's necessarily 100% true.
I have to see their first. I have to see their first, no lie, like 5 projects on the Disney app to be able to see if they're losing stream. To be completely honest with you, bro, because these people are so calculated and they really they haven't missed too much.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they have. You're absolutely right. They've had a great plan, but I think what I feel like with Spider-Man Far From Home, they really buttoned that up so nicely that it feels to me like I don't need this again. So I mean, I'm curious what their next step. Maybe what they're doing now is, even though the universe is interconnected, they're gonna individualize it a little bit more. Probably.
I think. I mean, I don't know, because I don't know, because they had, you see, like, they're doing stuff like WandaVision and things like that.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
That's true. So that's all. But that's what I mean. That's gonna be the connecting tissue. Is gonna be the miniseries where you can watch weekly and then be like, oh, all right. And then when they have a big event, like a next Avenger movie, whatever that's gonna be, that might be the big event. But I don't think they're gonna drive story as much. Well, maybe I don't fucking know. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know shit. I know shit from shit. So
for real. Same here. This is all speculation, people.
It's all speculation. The biggest news of the last 2 weeks has been Snake Eyes movie, right? For those of us of wow,
that was scary.
Earthquake and shit. For those of us from Generation X, G.I. Joe was one of the biggest things that ever happened. It was the Cold War. We had an affinity towards war as it was, because it was the Cold War, and everybody was hoping that somebody would take care of Russia. Because when I was growing up as a kid, everybody thought there was going to be bombs and everybody was going to die. That's what everybody thought was going to happen. Somebody was going to throw a fucking nuclear bomb and everybody was going to die. Now, us living in the American continent, we were like, fucking kill Russia already. So we were very gung-ho. I mean, that's why movies like Top Gun were so huge in the 80s, you know, and guys like Arnold and Sylvester Stallone were doing legitimate like G.I. Joe action, like live action G.I. Joe figures. You know what I'm saying? Like the movies like Commandos, movie like Predator, movies like Rambo. You know what I mean? Like First Blood. Those are movies that really point out towards soldiers that you were rooting for and outsider soldiers. And G.I. Joe was something that was the kiddie version of that. You know what I mean? Like the kid version of motherfuckers shooting at each other with machine guns. Yeah, and it worked. But we were so ready for it. We were so very hungry for it because the environment that we lived in.
Those were the times.
Now they're making the Snake Eyes movie, right? And, all right, that sounds okay because Snake Eyes is a ninja. And ninja always works with kids. Everybody wants to fucking be a ninja.
Yes.
But
I still want to be a ninja.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But in reality, the problem with making a Snake Eyes movie is that Snake Eyes might work just fine as a ninja movie, where you have action. You can have like basically a male Black Widow movie. You know what I'm saying? It would be the same, and that's cool or whatever. But G.I. Joe was a machine. G.I. Joe as a vehicle to drive you kids to toys and grab adults to be like, oh, let me go to the movies on nostalgia, doesn't work that well because we don't live in a world where we push for war. We've had a war for the last fucking 20 years that everybody hates war right now. So
that it doesn't call for that flavor.
Right, so then if you're gonna make a super spy movie, you can't call it G.I. Joe because that's not what G.I. Joe is. G.I. Joe is military propaganda, so you need to give me military propaganda. The best G.I. Joe movie that I saw in the last 20 years probably was All the Soldiers in Transformers. Because that really felt like G.I. Joe. Like I felt like they're the same, they're Hasbro property. I feel like they go G.I. Joe right there. You just need different uniforms and they'll be all right. But those G.I. Joe's movies were crap. You know, even when The Rock was in them, they were crap. And I just don't think the environment lends itself to G.I. Joe. That's why there's no toys being made now. That's why there's a lot of shit that disappear. Because even adults weren't supporting the line strong enough for them to keep it.
That's a very, very deep thought. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, man.
No lie, like it's just not the climate for that.
No, if you want to... Look, the best approach you can have to G.I. Joe is a manga approach. Right now. Like, you know how manga has things that are like misfits that get together to do something heroic? Maybe sort of like My Hero Academia. Not even. Like, I don't even know. But like the manga approach where it's kind of so foreign that you can follow through and be like, yeah, all right, well, the Japanese be crazy, so they can have soldiers. Yeah. And then you follow through because you're like, yeah, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, but like, it's manga. It's
right, like it's manga. Then they'd be like, yeah, this is 1980s America. You'd be like, I'll buy into that shit if it's good. Yep. But like as an American product, you don't, because it's just like I can't follow through with this because it doesn't work. So I'm curious.
Sorry to cut you off, but I feel like the Snake Eyes movie would be good if they already had an established G.I. Joe movie that it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like a spin-off, like Hobbs and Shaw.
Right. And the other, you're absolutely correct. And the other thing that I'm gonna hate about this is that the greatest thing about Snake Eyes is what makes the Joker the greatest thing about the Joker. There is a whole issue of G.I. Joe where you see the origins of Snake Eyes. Fighting in the Vietnam War. He's a regular guy. You never see his face. You never hear him talk. And that's important because guess what? Snake Eyes does not talk. He just doesn't. You don't know if he's mute. You don't know if he just made a promise not to talk. You don't know. It's just he never talks. And that makes him fucking cool. The fact that he doesn't talk.
And he whips ass.
And he whips ass. And you don't know what he looks like. You really have no idea. Which makes me jump into the next point, which is Chuckles' movie. They were talking about a Chuckles movie. And Chuckles, for a lot of us that read the original comic books, we all thought that was Snake Eyes. Because Snake Eyes is blonde. Chuckles is blonde. He just shows up out of nowhere, and they're like, hey, these are Agent Chuckles. He's an infiltrator. That's what Snake Eyes is. And he looks ridiculous. He has a Hawaiian shirt. He's like Magnum P.I. But for G.I. Joe and blonde and without the stash, without the mustache. So for all of us that read G.I. Joe, we're like, is that Snake Eyes? Is that what Snake Eyes? Because that would be cool because you never saw him again. Like, it's just like Chuckles shows up, he does some shit. It's like, yo, I'm good. I did it. I'm out. And then Snake Eyes shows up, and you're like, hold on one second. How come I didn't see the two of you together? Hold on one second.
Y'all never been in the same room at the same time.
But the other great part about it is that's what's great about it. That they said, this is Chuckles. They didn't say, this is Snake Eyes. Mm-hmm. And Chuckles never say, oh, yeah, I'm Snake Eyes. None of this shit happened. Chuckles showed up. Chuckles did his shit. Chuckles left. You're done. And that made it so much more fantastic because then you think he's Snake Eyes. But no one said he's Snake Eyes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
here?
so the mystery is in your mind.
Right. And so I don't know, man. A Chuckles movie sounds really fucking stupid, especially because it's not set up like you're saying. Like, you don't have 3 G.I. Joe movies where...
Or even just a G.I. Joe movie.
or maybe a good one. Yeah, but I mean, you need like 2 or 3 for everybody to be...
I'm just saying,
Yeah, but even the ones, you can be like, ooh, I like the Snake Eyes guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but none of that exists. So it's stupid. I think it's going to be bad. Even if it's good, I think it's going to be bad. Because they're going to be like, see, it works. Let's make a G.I. Joe movie, and then nobody's going to go see no G.I. Joe movie. Nobody. Not even me. I'm going to go see it.
Yes, you are. I know.
Look, I've talked too much.
No. You feel passionately about
I do.
G.I. Joe.
I do. And I don't know why, because, so let's nerd blitz. But let's time the shit out of this. Because last time we did it, we kind of went off the rails. Nerd blitz, we talk about a lot of shit. We got 20 seconds for each thing. And let's go. Rap Patterson made this horror movie called The Lighthouse with William Dafoe. It's the black and white movie. It's the last movie he's going to make before Batman. It's like a horror. It's like a psychological crazy movie. Thoughts?
Hopefully that warms up his membranes for a Batman role because I'm expecting a lot.
Well, I hope so too. We already talked about Harley Quinn. The actress from Peggy Carter liked how the character ended in the Avengers Endgame movie, that she ended up with Captain America. Do we care?
She's romantic.
Oh, I like her. I think it was good that she gave it the thumbs of approval. You know?
I like Captain America's ending, and I like his whole arc. Awesome. Not for nothing.
Mm-hmm. He-Man an anime series coming from Kevin Smith with writer Mark Bernardin. A big fan of Fat Man on Batman, so it's cool to have him work together.
Yes.
Mark Bernardin sounds like a fantastic man. How do you feel about He-Man?
I'm extremely excited. He-Man's one of those old cartoon shows that I actually really enjoyed, with like Thundercats and shit like that.
Not a fan of He-Man. Never cared.
I had mad He-Man toys also too.
Yeah, I don't get. The only He-Man character I like was Skeletor. So there you go. What do I know?
Skeletor was badass.
But I read that it's gonna continue from where the cartoon show never ended. So I don't know if it's gonna be a miniseries or a movie. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, it did never end.
Right. So that they're gonna finish it. So I don't know if it's gonna be
boo.
Okay.
It's not gonna be good.
So GRR Martin says the reaction to the ending of the show does not affect how he's writing his books. He's still gonna give it the ending that he thought he was gonna give it, and he doesn't really give a shit that people reacted negatively.
I am all about the prequels. I don't give a shit.
But the books, man, the books are different.
I want the prequels. I'm on to the prequels.
Okay. Birds of Prey movie shooting, they hired John Wick director for action scenes because they thought they were lacking a little bit.
Just on John Wick 3. Yeah.
I'm very excited. I think he does action very well. I think he does stunts very well. He's a stuntman, so of course he does stunts very well. I'm excited for that. Krypton survived 2 seasons and he's gone. Look at you. Anyways, protesters calling for a boycott of Mulan because the main star of Mulan, who comes from a rich family in China, is saying that the cops are doing right by beating people up for fighting for the democracy.
You know what? Chill out. Both of y'all. That's not happening. She's not getting fired, and her, shut up.
Yeah, I don't.
Both of y'all, shut up.
Yeah. Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down over there. You got anything?
Yes, sir. Arrow season 8, Dark Arrow returns. The Arrow from the first season, the one I actually give a shit about.
I thought you said you didn't want to watch that.
No, the only Arrow I gave a fuck about was that bad Arrow shooting people.
The one that came from the island. All right, cool.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds cool to me. I haven't seen the series in like 2 seasons, so maybe
3 for me, but I feel it. Fast and the Furious 9 in the making, and but funny tip, I did not know that Vin Diesel has like percentage in the franchise.
Does. Yeah, he does. That's why he controls all of it.
Yes. All right.
Fuck that.
How do you feel?
I haven't given a shit for the first one. I'm not giving a shit for a 9th one.
Word. I stopped at once they had a little bow wow.
I stopped at 0. Okay.
Once they had a little bow wow in.
I stopped at the trailer. I'm done. I'm good.
Wu-Tang series coming 9/4/19.
Woo!
Excited?
A series of what?
HULU.
Documentaries?
Yes. No. Like a
TV show, like series. A kung fu series. I'm down with that shit.
It's like it's gonna be entailing the rise and all of that, like them making 36 chambers.
Okay.
Purge TV show coming to Hulu also 9/4/19. How do you feel about that?
Never seen the Purge. Ain't gonna see it now.
Far From Home re-released with new footage.
Fuck you, Marvel. You got all of my money. Fuck you, Disney.
Money grab.
Yeah, I'm good, motherfuckers. Y'all got all my money. You can keep having my money.
Can't wait for that app.
That's it?
That was it.
All right. Real quick before we go, there's a new Dark Crystal trailer. I know you don't care about the Dark Crystal. I'm a big fan from the original. It showed a lot of action. It looks badass. It's still puppets. It's like if the Muppets had balls. So I'm really excited for that. But the trailer looks really good for me.
You know what Streamliners is? Stan Lee's, like, I think that was like one of his last things he was working on. It's an Audible book. They have it on Audible.
Oh, okay. That's exciting.
Yeah, I just wondered if you knew anything about it.
No, I didn't. But that sounds good.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna purchase it. Listen to it.
Yes. Good job. All right, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Alrighty, guys.
Thank you for the love. We be good.
Like, share, subscribe.
Pop Nerdom. Pop.
Ooh, look at that. And the sand not done. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's the end of the video. And bye. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it.